Movie footage used in the following video is owned entirely by the copyright holders. Captain Thew makes no claim of ownership and uses any footage for the purposes of commentary, criticism, and comedy, all under fair use. Please support filmmakers in the art of filmmaking by watching these films in their entirety on their home media releases or on their respective streaming platforms. What is up, sickos, and welcome back to the Captain Thew channel. Today I've got two reviews for the price of one. This week I watched Thrash on Netflix as well as Over Your Dead Body in the theaters. And I have thoughts. Let's get right into it. So Thrash is a new shark movie that just hit Netflix this past week. It was written and directed by Tommy Wirkola, he's the guy that made Dead Snow and Violent Night and the upcoming Violent Night 2. The basic gist of the movie is this. Floodwaters enter a coastal town and flood the whole place, which causes alligators to crawl into the city and fucking attack people and kill people. Oh, wait, hold on. Did I say alligators? Oh, I'm sorry. That was the plot to Crawl in 2019. Yeah, this movie is basically Crawl. Guys, I'm gonna be honest. I didn't really like this movie very much. Like I said just now, it really feels like the exact same movie as Crawl, and even with Crawl, I wasn't super huge on it in 2019. Now, I said this last year when I did a review on War of the Worlds that came out, and Thrash is not nearly as bad as War of the Worlds. Let's get that out of the way. But now that AI is a thing, sometimes it feels like certain movies are written by AI, or at least partially, and that is how I felt about Thrash. There was definitely a lot of moments where I was sitting there like, dude, real people do not talk like that. Now, maybe, and this is just pure speculation, I don't know Tommy Wirkola at all, but Tommy Wirkola might not be American. He might not be like a native English speaker, because we're actually going to talk about Tommy Wirkola later on. But so maybe there is a bit of a language barrier with him. I don't know that. I don't know the guy, so I have no idea. But, there were definitely parts of this where I was like, dude, people do not talk like that. The characters that we follow around in this movie, aside from the marine biologist who's played by Jimon Hunsu, they were all pretty boring, to be honest. You've got the pregnant lady who really just doesn't want to have this baby in the middle of a shark attack. You've got the traumatized girl who just hasn't been the same since her mom died. And you've got these three kids that are, they're all foster kids of this guy named Billy, who's a real jerk. So you have the survivors all trying to, survive the sharks and then wait out the floodwaters and then make their way to safety, while Dale, the marine biologist, and his crew, they're trying to boat into the city to make the rescue. This movie was a little boring. This concept feels very played out at this point. This just kind of felt like a very nothing burger of a movie. It felt like the Nun Pizza left beef of shark movies. There was also this moment towards the end where the three kids, they're getting ready to fight the shark that's in their house, and very randomly they just get into an Edgar Wright montage where it's the quick whoosh, 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 stuff like that. It came out of nowhere. It was super jarring because the rest of the movie is not edited like that at all. It was just weird. Edgar Wright, you could probably sue, now that I think about it. You could, probably. And then when they do blow up the shark, there's a very random, Cam Newton Panthers jersey, on the wall, which, I don't know, I guess they're trying to, place the setting of the movie in the last 5 minutes. I don't know. And do you think Cam Newton gets royalties for that? I don't know, I'm more of a Baker Mayfield guy myself, to be honest. Now, there were a few things that I did like about this movie, or rather a few moments that I did like. First of all, there was a transition when the kids open up a box of dynamite and then 1,000 Miles by Vanessa Carlton starts playing, which was just fucking hilarious and made me genuinely laugh out loud. I think it would have been even more funny, though, if it was the skin bone version. I also liked how the main sharks in this movie, they were bull sharks and not great white sharks. I know because they said bull shark about 900 times during this movie. But there is one pregnant great white shark that is swimming around the city too. They gave her a name, but I already forgot what it was, so we're just gonna call her Big Bertha. Well, basically, minor spoilers, whatever. A bull shark is about to eat two of our main characters, and Big Bertha comes in to make the save and smack that little fucker away. I also like the moment where Dakota, the traumatized girl, puts a bunch of electronics in plastic bags and then throws them out into the water, and they basically distract the sharks and act like little EMP bombs to them, like whatever the fuck that nerd was talking about in Two-Headed Shark Attack. And finally, my absolute favorite moment from the entire movie, the one that made myself and my dad, who was watching with me, just laugh out loud on the couch. You have Dale and his crew, they're boating in, and they have a news anchor with them. And Dale is telling them a story about when he was growing up in Africa. Basically, he came face to face with a hippo, a much scarier animal than a shark. It could have killed him, but a bunch of bull sharks started attacking the hippo, which allowed Dale to escape. The news anchor says, "Whoa, so what did you do? Did you go home and get your spear or something?" And Dale says, "No, I went home and called the police because I didn't grow up in the fucking jungle." That moment sent me. The casual racism was not funny, but the calling out of the casual racism was hilarious. And finally, the kills were not great in this movie. It's mostly people getting dragged down and the water turning red or whatever. Occasionally they would come back up with missing a hand or something, and that was okay. And then Billy, the asshole foster dad, he gets his head bitten in half, the top of his head gets bitten like that. And that was good, but overall, nothing spectacular here. Yeah, man, overall, like I said, this was kind of just a big nothing burger of a movie. I mean, as far as shark movies go, it wasn't anything special. It felt very basic. It just didn't really do anything for me. But it did make me say, yeah, I could write a movie. I rate Thrash 1 shark out of 5. You're really not missing much if you don't check this one out. All right, so I need a way to transition to the next review. Okay, what if we tried this? Hey, that was pretty cool. Now we have Over Your Dead Body, which is an action thriller movie written and directed by Jorma Taccone, who also directed MacGruber and played Kevin on Hot Rod. Now this is actually an English language remake of a Norwegian film titled, I'm gonna do my best here, I Owned Dager, or The Trip, which was written and directed by, oh my god, Tommy Wirkola was actually slated to direct this as well, but he eventually left the project and then Taccone took over. This movie stars Jason Segel, who I have always joked always looked like he was 25. From the year 2000 when he was in Freaks and Geeks all the way to 2015, he just looked 25 the whole time. Now I can confidently say though he does finally look his age. We also have his co-lead Samara Weaving and her gigantic eyeballs. We also have Paul Guilfoyle, who I know best as Captain Jim Brass from CSI. We've got Timothy Olyphant, who's in so many fucking things. Justified, Scream 2, The Crazies, Alien Earth. We have Juliette Lewis, who I know best from Cape Fear and from Dusk Till Dawn. And finally, the biggest surprise for me when I was in the theater, we have the Dean of Mean, Keith Jardine, former UFC fighter. He does a lot of acting now, I guess. I think I was the only person in the theater who clocked Keith Jardine. The basic gist of this movie is that Samara Weaving and Jason Segel are an actress and a director who are married and also fucking hate each other. They take a trip out to Jason Segel's dad's cabin in the woods where they're trying to go on a little, nice retreat, rekindle their relationship a little bit, but they're also both secretly planning on killing each other. And quite simply, mayhem ensues. An actress and a director who are married and hilariously trying to kill each other. Is this a glimpse into my future? I had a really good time with this movie. The leads were amazing, and they had really good chemistry throughout the entire movie. Jason Segel, in my opinion, has always been one of the funniest actors working. He just has this, like, such an awkward humor to him that I have always loved. And I mentioned Samara Weaving's eyeballs earlier, and that wasn't a joke. I'm serious about this. I always find myself, like, mesmerized by Samara Weaving's eyes every time she's on screen in any movie. She just has some of the best, like, if not the best, like, eye acting and expressive eyes of actors right now. She's also just fucking hilarious, by the way. This is also, I think, the first movie that I've ever seen her in where she didn't have an American accent. Like, sometimes I forget that she's Australian because she does American so well, and she plays an American and does the accent in, like, every single one of her movies. Our three villains in Oliphant, Lewis, and Jardine, they're all hilarious as well. And there's some great like gore and kills in this movie. I mean, you got fingers getting cut off, heads getting blown off, legs getting broken, dudes getting shot in the ass, like almost like goddamn. Yeah, this was a great time in the theater. There were a couple people in the theater that were talking a little too loud at some points, but overall, this is a great theater experience. This is such an entertaining movie to go see in the theater. And this is the kind of movie that, like, you are going to want to watch it again, because you are probably going to miss some of the jokes because you were still laughing at the previous joke when the next one showed up. It's one of those ones where it's just fucking hilarious, man. It's so fun. I had such a great time with this movie. Now, this is probably going to seem a little shorter than the Thrash review in this video, and that is for a reason, because I'm far more concerned about spoiling this movie than I am about spoiling Thrash. Like, I want you to go out and watch this movie, so I don't want to spoil it for you, and I really couldn't fucking care less if you go and watch Thrash, so I don't care if I'm going to spoil anything for you. Now, Samara Weaving has already put out 2 bangers this year between this movie and Ready or Not 2. She is 2 for 2 this year. So now I'm super excited to see Carolina Caroline over the summer, to see if she can make it a hat trick in the first half of the year, like first like 3/5 of the year. Like that might be a record for, best year that someone's had, at least in my memory. So in a complete reversal from Thrash, I'm going to rate Over Your Dead Body 4.5 Jardines out of 5. And that's Thrash and Over Your Dead Body. I did see one review of Thrash say that it was the worst shark movie ever. And I definitely don't think that that's true. There's definitely far worse ones out there. I mean, have you fucking seen Cruel Jaws? But the thing was, like, this didn't even reach the same level of enjoyment for me as, like, a two-headed shark attack, because, like, the movie just takes itself too seriously. So I don't know, man. I don't know. As for Over Your Dead Body, I'm just gonna steal this review that I saw on Letterboxd. Quote, "If Samara Weaving tries to kill me, she caught me slipping. Do not prosecute her." What did you think of Thrash and Over Your Dead Body? If you haven't seen Thrash, don't worry about it. But if you haven't seen Over Your Dead Body, I seriously recommend you go out and see it in the theater before they take it out of the theater. Because that's what theaters do now. They keep a movie in there for like 3 days, and then if it's not Super Mario Galaxy, they just throw it away. Like, that's why I didn't get to see Forbidden Fruits in the theater, because they took it away after like 3 days. But, I highly recommend that you go and watch Over Your Dead Body. And then come back here and tell me what you think about it in the comments down below. Feel free to check out the other reviews that we have on the channel, such as Ready or Not 2, Pizza Movie, War of the Worlds from last year. Check out the Rough Reels playlist, the Fresh Flicks playlist, and the Rankings playlist. Check all those out on the channel, and we're going to have a great time here. All right, that's it for me. Peace out, sickos.